Hey, Sakina, I just want to know something. Why do you have to have backup when it comes to me? And for the people that have so much to say about me, step to me. I've been hearing this name, Lovely the Great. Um, if all y'all gonna do is hide behind Sakina and whisper in her ear to tell her whatever it is y'all have to say about me, I equate that as to, like, you got so much to say on the phone to somebody else about me, but then when you see me, you don't have nothing to say. And apparently, you know who I am because y'all are attending everything she have to say about me. What, over 14 hours worth of footage now. So I'm gonna have to tell you something. Now, I haven't been watching y'all because y'all are not relevant to me. But if anybody have anything to say about me, step to me. And if you need backup, bring all the backup you need. It's no big deal. Y'all can get broke down too and put on cinder blocks. Now, that's all I have to say about that. I'm not going to go searching for none of y'all. If I got to search for you, you ain't relevant enough for me to search for you. Now, this is the heifer right here. That's the psychopath that's recording over 14 hours of video footage on me now. And I guess, you have now, 148 subscribers? And you're the person that I'm so jealous of on here? The mind of a psychopath, y'all. The mind of a psychopath. Now, let's go back now, the way I see it, because I'm not going to go harsh on you. Like I said, I want you to sleep at night. But to come back home to my home, a home with doors and windows, a kitchen, a bed. You know what a home is. You used to have one of those. To come back to my home from my business trip and see that you're still doing all this different stuff, and now, I guess now I don't know, did you stay up all night last night tracking down receipts on 2300 Jackson Street? And from what I've heard, you're doing a panel now. So I guess you're copying off of me or off of Mama Chosen, which is what you do. You're an exploiter. You're a crazed, psychopathic exploiter. I know your type, Sakina. Like I said, I have the mind of a psychologist. You have the mind of a psychopath. Do the math. I already know what you spitting out before you spit it out. I know what you thinking before you thinking. I know when you gonna sleep before you even go to sleep. I know when you wake up before you even wake up. I know what's on your mind before your mind even wake up. And I know the last thing on your mind every night. I'm not going to be harsh with you. I try to laugh at your ass. But, to come home to my home from a business trip and see that you're so hard up for subscribers that you're approaching 20 hours worth of video footage, I think it says a lot, But let's take a look back and see at what point you lost your residence. It looks like the last time you recorded on your residence was here 9 months ago. Now, I don't know if this is a room or what it is, all this other different stuff that psychopaths do. It looks like here is when you started recording on the outside. If I had to guess, this is probably, from the look on your face here, it looks like this is probably when you paid that rent and wherever you was living was condemned. I said demolished. I see with you, you have to use the correct word. you know. But let's go back to these kids that have been allegedly snatched up. I mean, you said you did not snatch up any kids in 1998. Okay, that's 1 year. Is that the 1 year that you didn't snatch up no kids? And my question is this, I'm beginning to think you thought about it. I'm beginning to think it was attempted. I'm beginning to think y'all tried it. Out of your own mouth, somebody named Melanin said that you and Straight Drop was in some hotel snatching up kids. Now, I know nothing about Straight Drop. I'm not going to comment on someone I know nothing about. The only reason I mentioned his name is because you mentioned his name. I'm going to take him out of the scenario. But it's not unfeasible for me to think that someone that has only been able to shake what their mama gave them would not consider, snatching up a child and selling it. There's money in that. In case y'all don't know, there's money to be made in that. But as far as all your lies and all this gang of people that you have, and apparently you feel like you're Miss It of YouTube, and how ruthless your mouth is, and all this other different stuff. I will give you all of that. But has that gotten you out of that isolation chamber yet? That's my only question to you. Address me. The next video you do on me, do it when you are no longer in that isolation chamber. And then I will take you seriously. Now, it looks like here's when you started recording outside of somebody's home that's not yours. It looks like here, I don't know if this is when you got, whatever happened to you. According to you, you said you paid rent and the place was condemned the same day you paid rent. And then, I don't know, it seemed like to me you said that was a lie too. So that's what I'm saying. You never know what y'all saying is a lie or the truth. Y'all talk in circles. When you wake up, you plotting. When you go to bed, you scheming. So you're constantly plotting and scheming, plotting and scheming, plotting and scheming. That's what psychopaths do. I woke up as a child wondering what plot or scheme I'm going to deal with from psychopaths like you. That's why it comes so easily on how to handle y'all. I mean, I've already broken you down. I've already gotten you out of your element, out of your comfort zone. You've already revealed to everybody who you are. You can't rein that back in now. Now you're on this journey for damage control. And trying to use reverse psychology on a psychologist. Can y'all imagine a psychopath trying to use reverse psychology on the mind of a psychologist? That's why you've moved on to 2300 Jackson Street. You don't have a leg to stand on with me. I've already broken you down. You're on cinder blocks at this point, grasping at straws. There's no need to break you down anymore. I've laughed. I've had gut-wrenching laughs about you. You can't even get your story straight. According to you, you did not snatch up any kids in 1998. Okay, and let's just say I believe you. Okay, in 1998, you did not snatch up any kids. It don't mean that there were not, attempts to do this. It doesn't mean that there was not conversations had about this. It doesn't mean that it wasn't tried and successfully pulled off in a different year. That's the vibe I get from you. You have shifty eyes. It's like you're looking for an opportunity constantly. You go to bed plotting, you wake up scheming, and your eyes are shifting all the rest of the time you're awake, looking for opportunities. Online, offline, it don't matter. You know. Um, so I don't know. It looks like, and I guess this is the room you're in, I'm assuming. And then this is the car that you will be living out of shortly. You know. So this is obviously a different place. And, this is why you've been recording from this car. I guess this was before you got the room. So I'm assuming you was living in the car before you got the room. And that's fine. I mean, you sleep wherever you have to sleep. Psychopaths have to sleep too. You know? And all this and that the other. It looks like you got your hair done. Somebody got your hair done for you 3 months ago. But, this is what I mean right here. This is what I see. To me, this looks like someone that would conspire to try to get a dollar some kind of way if it meant that a child had to be snatched up. That's the vibe I get. Those are the shifty kind of looks of somebody that would do something like that. Personally, I put nothing past you. Did you do it? I still say I don't know. I'm going to change it from you did do it to I don't know. But in my mind, it's the same thing. If I don't know, you might as well have done it because I'm not going to know no way. God only knows what you have not done and what has not gone through your psychopathic mind. I mean, if looks could kill, is this the child? Is this one of the missing children? Really, because I see you're mentioning straight drop in here. Isn't he the person that supposedly, according to you, was accused of this? Is this one of the missing children? Naturally, you ain't gonna keep the child. You're not gonna keep the child. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you snatched up a child and sold a child to get some blunt money. Okay? Let's say hypothetically that's what you did. And y'all split it or whatever. I believe you are the one that would have masterminded it. Because you have the capability to lure in a child. You will target in on the child. And, I don't know. I just get that vibe from you. I don't get the vibe of someone who is completely and 100% innocent. Or someone who is completely and 100% incapable of thinking something like that. Or, now what I do see is someone that could possibly have tried to do it and did not get away with it. I could see you eyeing down and targeting in and zooming in on a child. But that parent, caught wind of it somehow. They got a bad feeling somehow, and they glanced up at you, and they gathered up that child and left. Have there been attempts of this? Who knows? I can't vouch and say that there has not. Have there been conversations about it? I can't say that there have not been. Have there been failed attempts? And why this same child throughout this? It's like the child is looking up at you like, you ain't I don't know you. Is that you holding the child? This child right here. Is this your hands? Are you holding this child? You know? And because the child is all through your channel. This child is all through your channel. And it look like it's a baby girl. And she's looking at you like, you ain't my mama, you ain't my grandma. I don't know who you are. You know. But according to you, a 25-year-old that's 4'11" could not snatch up a child. This child looks like it's could be snatched up by a 25-year-old woman that's 4'11", that has been scouting out and targeting and shifting, looking, scouting out for children. This looks, when I look in these eyes, I see someone that probably has thought about it, that has probably had conversations about it, that has probably had fantasies about, how many blunts could she get from, this child. And it's awful that you're getting on here spinning all these different narratives. I don't pick up on anything that you've ever said that would lead me to believe that you're innocent. That's the truth of the matter. I don't pick up on innocence. I pick up on someone that's shysty, untrustworthy, plotting and scheming constantly, and all kind of rogue things go through their mind. And who constantly, spins narratives and zooms in on facts and unwinds them until they're twisted into lies, and then takes untruths and blows them up to make you look like a victim, to make other people a victim. According to you, I'm coming after your grandkids, after your kids. Now, where you got that from, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what psychopaths do. You're trying to turn people against me, people that don't even know me. And little do you know, my commentary is only validating my suspicions about you. Who would not look at this picture and say, this is someone I would drop off my child to and leave my child with while I go to work? I just don't see that. What I see is someone, if they were to do it, their child would be someplace else, looking up at them, meaning you, like this. Like, who are you? Where am I? What are you going to do with me? Can I say that you have not snatched up kids? No, I can't say that. You haven't proven anything to me. You can be on here for 1,000 hours. You can do 1,000 hours worth of video footage. It won't change my impression of you, Sakina. I don't see anyone that's trustworthy. I see someone that's shysty, that is constantly plotting and scheming. God only knows what is going through your mind. And it's almost like, what are you going to do next? And to tell you the truth, when I look at those eyes, it makes me wonder, what have you done and gotten away with? I'm just going to have to keep it real. And it's a shame this child is all over your channel like this. Do you think if I was accused of snatching up kids, do you think I would have this child all over my channel? I mean, who is this child? Whose child is this? I mean, the child is all over the place. The same child. This little baby, that looks confused. Like, why are you looking at me like this? You didn't look at me like this when my mom dropped me off. You didn't look at me like this when my mom was sitting next to me in the mall and went up to pick up the food. You weren't looking at me like this. But, it's like, I've never seen you look at me like this before. That child, the facial expression of that child speaks volumes. And, I mean, people shouldn't look at children as dollar signs. Yes, people do snatch up kids and they sell them. There's a lot of money in that. Can I sit here today and look at your face right here and look at those eyes and then look at this child and say that these are the eyes of someone that there's no way in the world could have done something like that? I personally cannot come to that conclusion. My suspicions are, from looking at this photo of you and the photo of that child, to the left of you, to the, bottom of you, and I'm sure to the top of you and everywhere else on your channel. Who is this baby? Who is this child? See, y'all have to remember, psychopaths have two identities. They have two faces. They have a face that they show the world, and then they have a different face that they show their victim, the person that they're plotting and scheming on. Actually, they have three faces. Then they have a face when there's nobody around. It's transparent. I mean, in good faith and in honest faith, I cannot sit here and lie and look at this picture of you. Right here. I cannot look at this picture of you and say that this is 100% a person that has not thought about snatching up a child. Because I don't see that. My first mind tells me, what have you not done? Meaning, you name it, you have done it. What have you not gotten caught doing? Meaning, you've gotten away with God knows what. What are you not capable of doing? Meaning, whose child is this? I don't see a truthful person. I see a shifty-eyed person. I see an intense, desperate eyes. And I just don't put nothing past someone like you. I mean, I don't know a mother who would drop their child off at someone like this. I don't know a mother that would leave their child unattended if someone at a mall is sitting there looking at their child like this. I don't. I don't know a child that would look at anybody the way that this child, the expression on this child's face. Is this a child that has been snatched up? And why is this child all over your channel? Who is this child? You know, how many attempts, unsuccessful attempts, have there been? Only you know the answer to that. And I'm not going to believe nothing come out your mouth, that's for sure. You're lying on me. You're taking anything I say and twisting it around. Do I think you will snatch up your own, child or grandchild? No. There's nothing in it for you to do that. You aren't going to sell your grandchild. But can I sit here and honestly say that you 100% have not thought about a child and how much money could be gotten for a child? Can I honestly sit here and say that just because someone is 4'11", that makes them incapable of snatching up a child? Can I sit here and say that just because someone is 25 years old, that they are not capable of snatching up a child of this size? No, I can't say that. So you can record 1,000 hours of video footage. It's not going to change any of that. There's something peculiar about this. And to be honest with you, it's too frightening for me to research. Because I'm scared that there is going to be a list of children that nobody knows where they are. And I fear that. According to you, in 1998, you did not snatch up a child. And let's just say that I believe you. Okay. 1998 was a year that you did not snatch up a child. But, does that let you off the hook? In my mind, I'm leaning towards absolutely I don't know. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I do not know. I cannot vouch for something like that. But I know what I see is if I was a child and someone looked at me like that, I would feel afraid. I would feel afraid. Very afraid. And do children get snatched up? Yes, they do. My next video is going to be about that. The reality of it. Because it needs to be noted. There are mothers without their children. And those children have been sold to other people. Now, whether blunts were bought, I would hope not. Not for a blunt, So I just don't know. But I know that this child is all over your page. This same child is all over this page. This child right here. Who is this child? Now that's what I would like to know. Who that child is. Now I'm gonna try to find out who this child is. And God forbid that the child is an orphan, because that's going to be a flag for me. I would hate to think that you aren't posting a missing child on your channel. But there's something about that child. There's something right about that child. And whose hands are those? Whose hands are those holding that child? Why does that child look with the expression that it has on its face. You know, it's a girl, a baby girl. Now, could a person that's 4'11" snatch up a baby girl of that size? I'm going to let y'all answer that for your own self. Think about that for yourself. Could a 25-year-old woman in 1998 or before 1998 or after 1998 snatch up a child of this size, a baby girl, if she is 25 years old and 4'11"? Because according to her, your explanation is you are 4'11". What child are you snatching up at 4'11" and 25 years old? You said do the math. I did the math. It don't add up. Your story does not add up. That's why I say in my mind, it's peculiar. It's odd. Is there a grain of truth in it? Now, a grain, I would have to say, I don't know. I mean, the grain the size of a boulder, yes. Because I see someone that is peculiar, someone that is odd, someone that is too intense. And these things do happen. And there's a lot of money to be made off of those things. And, failed attempts happen all the time. Unfortunately, some attempts are not failed. That's the unfortunate part. Did you snatch one up in 1998? According to you, 1998 was a year that you did not snatch up a child. But to me, that leaves hundreds of question marks in my mind. I just have to keep it real. It does. And it's eerie. It's an eerie feeling. That's why I don't like you to address me. Do your commentary, but don't talk to me. And I'm not going to listen to anything else you have to say because my mind is made up. There's too many question marks. There's too much peculiarity in this. There's too much oddity in all of this. And there's something odd about that baby. And I'm afraid to go and search and find out how many babies are snatched up that are not with their parents. I'm too frightened to find out. But yet, because you come on here and say, and curse and call me all kind of the most disgusting. And then that's another thing too. You're defending someone who has all kind of accusations surrounding them. And I don't see one video of you being outraged about the person that initially made these accusations about you. Where's your video that you made when you were initially accused of this? But yeah, you've recorded 14 hours of footage since I mentioned it, what my opinion is. But where are your videos addressing when you were initially accused of this? I don't see one. And there's too many hours of video footage where you're trying to, claim that I'm lying. And you're manipulating every video. So, all I can say is the proof is right before my eyes. Other people are just going to have to connect the dots for themselves. You know. And if any of your, minions and people out here windmilling for you, if y'all have anything to say to me, come for me. Come for me. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I may or may not even respond because actually, if you can't come for me, you might as well not say nothing. And if y'all are defending people like this, it says a lot about y'all. To be honest with you. I mean, it makes me wonder, is there not a ring of people doing this stuff? All I can say is watch your kids at all times. All parents, watch all of your kids all of the time. That's my advice to all parents. Watch your kids consistently. And watch who is watching your kids.